emptied most of my boxes. I still don't know where it's at.
None.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is session 88, and I expect there to be a lot of different things tonight, so we're going to jump right in with a little bit of a recap. Previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party, on the trail of Borden Brooks, had found a moon sword plunged into the stone of an altar dedicated to the god Malar. After much discussion with the denizens of the Willowwood, the party had decided to risk drawing the blade, and in doing so, they released a massive beast, a primal T-Rex, that shattered the roof of the tabernacle they were in, and then sought to devour them. The beast's piercing roar was so loud that it shook the party to their bones and bloodied their eardrums. The creature bit down on Ashes, snatching the werewolf up in its jaws. It almost took off Bones' head with its tail, but as mighty a beast as it was, it could not persevere against the party's might. Eventually, Ashes, from inside the beast's mouth, thrust the moonblade into the creature's brain. After the party was bested, oh, only in my dreams. After the creature was bested, the party, exhausted and injured, decided it would be a good idea to rest, especially considering Bones' desire to harvest parts from this primal creature. The party worked together to aid Bones in his efforts and set about resting and healing their wounds. In the meantime, Ashes was able to speak with the Moonblade, a sentient being named Zalara. Zalara was an elf that had dedicated her life to the service of Selûne, the Moon Maiden, but she died young. Seeking to continue her service, she offered up her soul and was made into a Moonblade. That had been long ago, though, and Zalara had cooled on the idea of service to the Night White Lady. However, Borden Brooks' arrival and a growing sense of darkness from far below had reawakened Zalara. She was sure that Shar, Selûne's dark twin, was at the heart of this evil, and Zalara intended to fight it. She had considered working with Borden, but had rejected the Elder Ware, claiming him to be too set in his ways and sure of himself for her preference. Ashes, inquisitive about this encounter, asked about the curse that Borden had placed upon the altar. Zalara explained that, to her understanding, Borden had placed no such curse. That he had detected the triggering of the altar and merely removed its camouflage, so that others would be able to sense the danger more clearly. Zalara asked Ashes what his intentions were, and eventually the two decided that, at least for now, it was likely that their goals aligned. If that changed, they could cross that bridge when they got there. After resting and speaking with Mobar Stormhowl, the party returned to Willow's Tower. There, the Archdruid and Zalara had a bit of an aggressive reunion. It was clear that there was some bad blood between the two, but it seemed that they were able to put their differences aside, at least for now. Willow seemed somewhat bemused that Zalara had chosen to work with the party. The druid also had an air of satisfaction about the scenario as well, though. Ultimately, Willow granted the party her protection, and with that, the party was prepared to brave the magic gates once more. This time, with the destination of the second floor, intending to head back to the third and meet with the Skulltakers and Azrock. Then, onwards to the fourth, to deal with Elune, the Aboleth. So, very brief retcon, because I think where we had ended last time was that you all had traversed the Willowwood back to the gate in order to head back to the second floor. Very brief retcon. As you all are leaving Willow's Tower, Halaster will kind of like And the branches kind of like make this all big show of shifting over towards Willow. And you hear the tree in a very almost kind of like plaintive voice say, Mistress, it has been ever such a long time. And you see Willow's face kind of like go through a myriad of emotions, but ultimately she just kind of sighs and she says, "You're not wrong." And she brings out that dial again, right? And you see her fiddle with it. There's some clicks and some turns. And for all that you can see, nothing happens, right? But then Willow and Halaster kind of like seem satisfied, and then they dismiss you. They let you go on about your business as you were. I'm gonna actually drop you guys onto the map now. As you exit the tower, Willow's tower, you step out into bright, warm sunlight and blue skies. As it feels full day, you can see this great expanse. Now, the Willowwood itself is still this choked primal forest, so actually seeing into it is not as representative as the map is, right? But you guys have mostly explored it as you would have, and it seems, however she does it, Willow has the ability to control time within the wood.
Question mark.
Question mark time? Question mark? That's great.
She's like, oh, I guess it should be daytime now.
So whatever she has done, it seems as if there is a breath of life and warmth about the wood itself now. And for one of the first times, you see animals, not large sentient animals that kind of like stare placidly at you, but actual like critters. You see animals kind of like dancing through the treetops, like chasing each other, squirrels chasing each other. It suddenly feels as if the forest is alive.
Big.
But that being said, we can go ahead and transfer you all, as you were, through the wood back to the gate.
So it looks like daytime. You look up in the sky, you see a sun.
There's literally blue sky and a sun in the air, beaming down warmth upon you.
What's that ground?
Which is extremely, like, it's disconcerting. Looking at the walls, right? Like the walls of the cavern grid, and you just see the walls like go straight up into the sky, and then it's just like they just kind of disappear, and then it's just sky.
It's a little disconcerting, isn't it, Ashes?
Hold on a second. What is the range?
You gonna shoot an arrow at the ceiling?
Let's see if I can hit the ceiling.
What if it hits a tree? This is a bad idea.
Yeah, what if it lands in a tree?
I can't in good conscience allow you to do this. Or I'm also guilty.
Alright.
Oh shit.
You hit a little canary that's flying past at the wrong time.
Well, great
Also,
science!
You just see, thump, hit the ground. You see this wing sticking out. You're like,
We just kick you out the door and close
Oh shit,
it.
run! Nice. Very nice. Okay, so you come to the great moss-covered stone ruin in the middle of the forest. There is the debris here. There's the stove that's partially pushed out with the halfling corpse, and then set into the eastern wall there is the archway, the gate. Carved with branches and capped with a stone of a dead branch.
So this is the wood one, right? Didn't we use a piece of furniture or some shit to open it?
Yep.
All right, piece of furniture.
Okay. You touch the piece of wood to the arch
Hold
gate
on,
itself.
Before we do that, hold on a sec. Do Mossy and Wolf have what's her face's blessing as well? Okay.
Did she do when she cast a blessing? Was it a signifier like she tapped each of us on?
She
the
didn't
forehead,
cast
or-
anything. She just said you have, she grants her blessing to you.
Was it like the royal you? Was Mossy and Wolf were there, right?
Yes.
Mossy and Wolf were there. Mossy is staring at the gate with apprehension. It seems.
Yeah, Mossy doesn't deal with that teleportation bullshit.
Whatever your relationship with Mossy, Mossy seems to trust you. Mossy seems to be invested in you, but it does not seem as if his relationship with you is to the point to where he will venture into this crazy shadow thing with you.
I completely forgot he was super anti-teleportation.
Fair enough. I guess we're gonna lose the most consistent member of our party now.
Right?
Where am I going?
This boy does damage. Fuck off. Mossy does damage. He does not care, dude.
You said consistent. You didn't say consistent what?
Consistently covered.
Consistently running.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well I look at him. You don't want to go?
He makes grinding noises right in Terran, and he says, "Dark shadow, corrupt, break, kill."
Sure. But Willow blessed us. Okay, well.
He seems more than hesitant, right? Roll me an insight check.
I could do that.
I'll lean over to Matt without actually looking at him and be like, this still weirds me out when he speaks like that.
Yeah, I don't know how a cat makes that noise.
Right.
It ain't natural.
It's actually not that hard. You just have to roll the R.
I imagine it's kind of like Mongolian a little bit, right? But with like, if you did like Mongolian, but you threw like gravel in your mouth while you were doing it.
Oh.
I was gonna say I always assumed it's like you're gargling rocks.
That's yep. So, Mossy seems. He just seems apprehensive, right? He seems afraid of the portals.
That's understandable.
Wherever your relationship has progressed, it hasn't progressed enough to the point to where he's willing to jump into the portals with.
Okay. Well,
I'm the cast control creature.
No, Mossy, you don't have to go if you don't want to. I'll be back. I'm coming back with my friends to the 6th floor where we met you.
So he kind of like looks
Hopefully
south.
I see you there. Yeah, south. I say yeah.
He doesn't have like a head to really nod, but he kind of like he bobbles a little bit, and he says, "Tomb, good stones." And then he looks kind of like longingly to the northwest.
Mossy, Lord help.
Oh. No.
All right, well, goodbye for now, my besto friendo.
He will kind of like walk outside, and you see him. He goes out to a patch of ground and just down into the ground. Disappears.
Damn. My advantage bot.
Oh no!
Rip.
You'll have to work a little harder to get him for the rest of the campaign.
That's our little
Sucks.
Beyblade.
I'm gonna
Good,
disintegrate
dude.
him eventually. Is what's gonna happen.
Better
I'm-
him than me.
I'll be so fucking sad.
I will be so sad. Oh my god.
Artem,
Okay.
He's gonna attempt to disintegrate you, but
Moss is gonna
in
like
front of it.
morph up in front of you.
do we want
Get down, Mr. President!
Or does Wolf feel blessed as well?
I
Um,
mean, D&D.
Do you think it's wise to have a insane wolf with us?
I mean, we can just despawn it.
What part of insane? Oh, you mean he'll go insane? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can just make him go away if it goes bad.
Okay, let's do it. That's good.
all right. You activate the portal. You touch it with a piece of wood. The wood disintegrates. It might be a concern if you were somewhere else without like access to wood, but even just in this small location, right? There's a half a dozen broken bits of furniture, right?
I got 20 feet of pole. So.
He's got that pole. Ugh.
Yeah, bro.
He's got
20 feet
so
of it.
much pole. Okay,
He's gonna be the deep pulling.
and so the silvery liquid fills the archgate, right?
Our stool. For some reason.
You guys all jump in?
Yeah.
Yes.
As you are jumping in, Wolf comes behind, and there's this loud pop, and Wolf's gone.
Oh no.
And it says summon creatures can't go beyond this point.
So it
I
does.
imagine Wolf like just appears wherever they stay, and he's like, "Fuck."
Fuck. All right. You all rush into the silvery gate, and you feel a familiar presence wash over you. You find
Damn,
yourself in the in-between, not yet in the tunnel, moving forward, traversing these pathways within the Undermountain, but in a interim, in a space between, and you feel that warm, regarding presence. You're all at the same time. You hear in your minds. You have grown stronger. You will grow stronger still. You delve further within the mountain. You are brave. Why are you so brave? No one responds.
Because we need to be.
I think it's more that we're young and foolish.
So there's these conflicting responses, right? Like you see Matashtai like consider for a moment, and then with confidence, because we need to be, and Ashes almost in the same moment just like chuckle to himself because we're young and foolish. Both of you, actually all of you at the same time hear these you hear these three different feminine laughs as Zilara laughs at Ash's response, as Valena laughs at Matashtai's response, and as this presence laughs at well. And then almost immediately in the aftermath, Zilara and Valena. So this is the first time I think Bones or Ezrah hearing Zalara's voice. They both almost kind of like twinsies say, "Oh, that's weird." And then they both like pause, and then you hear
Hey.
Valena say, can you all hear me?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you hear a new voice, right? The voice of Zalara. You hear that. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. In between silver magic goo does telepathic things. Sweet. There's a brief silence, right? And then the third feminine voice says, "It suddenly got very crowded in here.
Damn.
You have some interesting allies. I feel as if I grow to understand your bravery and strength."
Did we ever find out who the voice was?
Nope.
Okay.
Not
One of
even.
Ezra's many projects.
Oh, poor Ezra.
It's Ezra in the future.
You hear a voice say, or you hear the voice say, "You've come far. Done much to know so little. I would tell you of this place. I would
Oh.
tell you of the mage, Halaster, and his 7.
And it's 7? Bro.
I don't know how it all magically comes together, but it does all magically come together, right? I would tell you of the days before, of Aelin Thaldar, of the Illifarn, they who survived the Crown Wars. So much to tell. Why do you press further? What is your goal? The just riches you seek? Surely by now you are wealthy. Power? You have bested all that you have come across. Glory? Tales could be sung of you for ages. Still you press further. Why?
Answers.
Be the best.
You all hear, right? Like, Ezra just immediately, no hesitation, pops off answers, right? And you hear that kind of like sassy voice, right? Zalara says, "Ooh, that's a good one. Why didn't you say that one?"
Well, I said young and stupid.
That's just me. That's no one else laughing. That's just me laughing.
Ezra is now proficient with the longsword.
Oh shit!
Pass. She would hate me.
I don't see that relationship burgeoning in a good light. Oh. Does anybody else respond?
I said to be the best, bro.
Yeah.
He said to be the best. I say, find the strength to help my people.
Define that which you see. Answers, strength, superiority.
Where?
You
Well,
will have
it's
to
here.
delve deep within the mountain. You will have to face the shadow. You will have to come to grips with what was done here. You will have to face what Halaster's 7 have done here.
Do you mean Halaster?
His new name.
Oh.
He was once, long ago, Halaster. Though I know not his origins. We had thought a different time. For now, and you hear this, suddenly you hear this kind of like echoing around
It
you.
noise gated real bad.
You
Like-
know he's gated super hard.
Oh man, that's rough. You hear this kind of like maniacal laughter, right? This kind of like echoing around you. And the silver, because you're in this kind of like silvery world, right? You don't see the presence, you just hear it in your mind, but you see each other, okay? And the whole world just kind of like pulses. And that voice, right, is like, I'm pressed for time, I cannot. Still. You need information. The Shadow. Illifarn. Aelin Thaldar. The Golden Elves. When they left, they sought to erase all traces of themselves, of their civilization. What they wrought, though, was more than success. A ruination of their past, removal of history, and with it, a part of the weave, a tear. From that, the Shadow is born, deep within the mountain. Halaster and his 7, that is where part of their power stems. You should, and you hear that laughter again, right? And there's another pulse. And you hear the voice still, but it seems increasingly distant, right? You hear this voice say, search for the reason, find the shadow, find the cause. And then the silver world pulses once more, and it dissipates. Everything begins to turn blurry and black, and then you find yourself again in that tunnel of arcane energy surging forward and darkness all around you. And as you are swept up in the currents, you see once more eyes within that darkness, and you see the racing 100 hands across the surface of this tunnel, or this this thoroughfare on which you magically travel. I need one of you to roll a 1d100. You want to roll high?
I cast daylight with the
you
drift
want
glow.
to roll high. Haven't you already cast daylight today?
I don't remember. I think it was when we were up by the cloakers.
Then it would have
was.
refreshed.
Item would have resetted.
Yeah,
Yep.
it would have refreshed.
29.
Oof.
That is low.
Jeremy turned on his hacks.
Thanks to your protection from Willow, it alters this from being a 50-50 into being a 25-75. So,
I did it.
Bones, with that roll,
But it
Zach,
counts.
you are above the requirement, if only just. Okay.
Fucking did.
I need someone to roll a 1d4. We're going clockwise.
I already got the dice out. Oh, someone else got it. Okay.
Ezra.
Every time.
Don't worry, it's a good one this time.
The hands, the dark hands, streak into the arcane substance and they wrap around you. And as they do, you see a half a dozen. There's a blossom of light, and you see a half a dozen fairies suddenly appear around Ezrah. And you see they have their hands out like so, and in their hands, or kind of like hovering above their hands, are these circling crystals, and the darkness wraps around him and cocoons Ezrah for a moment before the brilliant light kind of like shines out. Ezrah, I need you to roll me a 1d100.
Jesus.
You have a 50-50 on this.
Damn, I don't never get nothing cool.
You rolled high. Okay. The creatures, the protection, Willowwood's protection, rather than diffusing and pushing away the shadow, results in a good effect, right? So there's the chance that Willow's protection succeeds, but then just pushes it away, pushes the touch of the shadow away, versus the chance of the effect being a boon instead. So, let me check this real quick.
Real quick.
We're gonna do this thing.
He's doing it.
This fucking thing.
He's down it.
I'm fucking doing it.
He's down it.
Okay. I need you. Oop. I scrolled too far. Oh, wow, that's so tall. Shuffle. And deal one card.
Cards?
Two.
Cards are back?
Deal.
Oh, shit, I can't do that. Motherfucker. Oh, okay. No, it worked. Yay! Wee! Wait, what? Oh my... I hate you! Stop trying to steal the card, you pieces of
Did
shit!
someone else do it?
Like, everyone has done it! I have 4 requests to steal this fucking card. Oh my god. Alright. Ezrah...
Yes, sir.
You all see a flash of light, and then you actually see like it looks like a small crescent moon on its belly, kind of, right? It almost looks like a spider, like legs branching off and into the night, but there's only 6 of them. And Ezrah, you are filled with light. God damn it.
What do you
Okay.
get? Does he grow 6 inches? Does he shrink 7 inches?
This is so strange. Okay.
Granted one wish.
Nope.
Does he become
You
proficient
have
with
no idea
the
what
long
fucking
sword?
happens, but
You are now a spoder.
it's
Whoa, spoder!
in the aftermath, right? The dark shadow is repulsed, right? And the current
Damn, dude.
forces, it takes you all through the arcane tunnel, and eventually that silvery light washes over you, and you find yourselves all once more actually, oh god, my god, the series of events.
Oh my
Use your damn words,
God.
Jeremy. What happens?
I can't.
You don't ever use his damn words.
I am always using my words. All right. You are deposited, right?
Does it look familiar where we are deposited?
It looks very familiar, and as it happens, I need each of you to roll me stealth checks.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Stealth check and advantage double nat
Do what?
fail. Wow. All
So
right.
actually,
Fail. Dude, that's amazing.
what? God.
Holy shit, Zach. That's almost
that
an impossibility to you.
It's that kind of night, dude. Advantage double nat fail.
Just wait a level and it'll never happen again.
It's
True.
funny. Okay. All right.
Plus 13.
Still think
God.
that's a lame thing to put into a dice rolling game.
What?
You can't fail if you're
Like
proficient.
you can't fail. Like you just have a flat 10 no matter what.
You can't fail if you're proficient.
It is.
You still have to
But
be
you could-
proficient.
you could
There are
take
still
the-
plenty of things you can fail at.
You could take the skilled feat to just get more proficiency.
Oh yeah, I mean that's fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
skill monkey build where you're just like, I have all skills and I have 10 minimum with all of them. That'd be, I mean, you know, that's an investment though. All right, you find yourselves deposited in a familiar location outside of a shimmering silver gate, next to the large sleeping bulks
the
of
fucking owl bears are right there.
2 owl
you kidding me?
bears
Uh,
and apparating next to Ezra. You all watch like the silvery pool of light go almost kind of like a Capri Sun commercial, right? Like goes right, and it forms into a goblin that goes like, huh? What? And it turns and it looks at Ezra and it goes, ah, shit. I gotta serve you? Fuck me.
what?
And that goblin, you all hear this rustling as that awakens the owl bears.
You're
What do you
fired.
guys do?
Well, we know that those are goblin creatures, and that they're not generally hostile.
They're not supposed to be.
I mean, we did kind of like
Scare them.
spook them real good.
No.
So I'll be like, shh, calm, we're good, calm down.
Roll
down.
an animal handling check for me.
I am not proficient in handling goblins.
Fingers fucking crossed.
Oh, animal handling's way up here. Animal handling. Here we go.
Here we go.
run it. Yeah, there we go.
The owl bear closest to you, I'm actually going to put you guys back on the map. The owl bear closest to you comes awake, right, is obviously startled, and begins to bellow. But as it does, right, you see it kind of like breathe in, and it does this weird kind of like kind of like this weird squawk roar. It's real bad.
Has Discord recently changed something
I
with
think
how
it's a
they noise
Discord
gate?
thing
Is
Okay.
Discord gating me?
because it did it both
Yeah.
to Jeremy and Zach.
Oh shit.
It's like every time you guys get too loud, it just says, "Nope, you done."
Nice. So it basically
I think it's the noise suppression.
it squawks and roars, kind of. It's a combination of like a bird call and a bear at the same time. And you hear as it happens, you hear this kind of like alarm, right? You hear other figures kind of like rouse and clearly responding to this bellow. The goblin next to Ezra like looks at the owlbear and says, "Oh fuck! Oh shit!" and looks back at Ezra and says, "Oh, what do you want me to do?"
Be quiet.
Almost cartoonishly, right? You watch as the goblin's hands go. It covers its mouth, right? But it looks at you with like angry eyes.
Angry eyes.
Reactions. What do you guys do?
Back away.
You're in the fucking corner. There's no backing away.
I try backing away into the wall.
You're like shoving. Bones is behind you, and you're just like, oh fuck, oh god.
I toss some like dried meat from a ration towards them. Just
Okay.
kick it
Anybody
across
else?
the floor.
This is all like at the same time. Anybody else?
Nah, I do nothing. I'm prepared to kill them if need be.
Of course you are.
So out of character.
Wait, but before I do this, which way is the exit?
Uh-huh.
It looks like.
Like from like getting past the owlbears.
Looks like you have to go
it is
past
to
them.
the west northwest.
Okay, is there any space to get past them?
No, they're big as fuck, and it's really tight quarters. There's actually like there's some stuff in here. There's like boxes and barrels. There's supply crates that they seem to be like sleeping amidst.
Okay. Like my idea was to like smoke the place out and like just kind of lead everybody out, but
Sure. Yeah,
we can't get past them.
it's possible probably for you or Bones, but the likelihood for Ezra or Ashes is slim.
Oh yeah, baby, possible for me.
Okay.
Ashes, animal handling at disadvantage.
I mean, that's pretty generous.
It's pretty generous.
I mean, you're throwing meat to them.
I
There's
throw
every
meat.
possibility that they're like, oh wait, hold up, I want to nibble on this.
That would be a big fat no.
It would have worked too if it was the 18. It absolutely would have worked. Oh my god.
That's a no. That's a-
So you Ashes in this moment of like, oh shit, what do I do? Like you
They're
tosses
food-driven.
a piece of like jerky out into the air, and it just like foreheads the closest owl bear, and like and it just kind of like looks at you cross-eyed, and you hear Zalara in your head go, oh, I don't think that was a good move. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Sorry,
Okay.
God.
All right, like
Select
it's fine.
your tokens and roll initiatives.
Whose owlbears were these again?
Somebody who wants
Uh,
him to die.
Mark.
Yak, I believe they work for Yak.
You teleported in on them!
They should be better trained.
Oh my god. My god.
Oh my god.
Oh my various gods.
Oh my god, do I try?
I did not click it. I try again.
The series of events.
Oh, I go last.
Hey man, I tried.
Okay. You did try. Alright, top of the round. Bones, what do you want to do?
I will take careful aim and throw my storm boomerang at one.
Oh, okay.
I not try to kill.
Try to
I
stun
try
it.
to brain.
Try to brain him.
Yeah, bro. Be brave.
Are we doing this non-lethal? God, so many dice.
A 23 definitely hits.
Fucking dice vomit every time you click anything.
It is what it is.
Like,
Roll your Constitution save.
Alright, Constitution saving throw. Let me put on
Unless
some...
it's just straight knocked out.
It's
I
not
will-
straight knocked out. They are not that weak.
But they could
Constitution
be.
saving throw. 21.
Yeah, he passed it. He passed it. Pretty close though.
Yeah, yeah, pretty close. Fair enough. Oh goodness.
That's all I can do.
Okay. Ezra, you're up.
Let's do this humanely.
Kill 'em all?
Hypnotic pattern. Okay.
All right, we're about to just walk out of here.
Wisdom saving throw. Boom and boom.
Damn.
All right.
Cannot.
So this one is hypnotized. The one that just got beamed in the head by fucking Bones' boomerang is now just like glassy-eyed. Anything else for your turn?
Nope.
The goblin like turns and looks at you, Ezra, and goes, "Ah, fuck! What do you want me to do?"
Tell them to sit in Goblin.
What
He
said.
does not seem to respond. Okay. As soon as Ezra says that, he turns and in Goblin he says, "Fucking sit." And he will make a.
In common?
No, he says it in Goblin.
Okay, that'd be funny.
I don't fucking speak Goblin.
What the fuck is Goblin? This is some bullshit.
Do you know what you are? Oh my god, no.
Oh fuck.
Please no.
Alright, animal handling is intelligence, right?
Wisdom.
It's whiz. Alright, he will make a animal handling check at advantage.
Damn.
15. You watch. So you guys can barely see the other one, but there's a second owlbear, right? And you watch as it very confusedly plops its ass down on the ground. And then the other one is incapable of doing so because it's just glassy-eyed and like swaying on its feet. Ashes, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I would like to leave.
They
I'm
are
just gonna kind of 5.
I like the
10,
idea of it sitting there,
15.
mouth drooling as you like sidle
Alright,
on past it.
I'm just gonna see what happens when I try to force my way between the wall and this owlbear.
okay. So the one that is confused by the hypnotic pattern seems incapable of doing anything and responding really. The one that's sitting is staring at you, and its beak is kind of like half open, right? And it's just like.
I
Must
also
fight.
say sit and goblin. And then follow it with a few stays.
Roll an animal handling check with advantage.
Advantage! Still gonna
It's-
fuck it up.
They are familiar. It seems they are familiar with goblin commands.
Hey.
This
I was banking on it. I'm glad it worked out.
owlbear just looks really fucking confused, and it's just like.
Hey.
But it stays. It doesn't move against you. It doesn't attack.
25, 30, 35.
As you turn the corner, you see some goblins running out of a fucking adjacent hallway.
God.
And they turn and they look at you and they go, "What the fuck? We're being invaded!" in Goblin.
No, we're friends! We're friends! We know Yak!
That is the end of your turn. Matashtai, you're up.
Oh, shit.
If you guys manage to actually like assuage this situation, I'm gonna be so amused. This is gonna take some actual like skill. Good luck.
The last time being able
um,
to speak goblin has actually been a benefit.
Hey, being able to speak Goblin has helped you on numerous occasions.
I don't speak Goblin.
Well, you're fucked.
And I feel like it'd be a bad idea if this goes badly to leave Ezra stuck in a corner here to get mauled.
Oh, he's fine. You can just, like, you know, touch the gate and leave.
Peace.
Go back to the portal. All right, I'm gonna need you to roll a 1d1.
There's only one outcome here.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna go up on the ceiling.
The dash.
And then...
Okay. So the first one is completely unable to respond to you. The second one, you see like a little bit of like drool kind of like down the side of its beak, and it looks up at you as you run past, and then it looks at Ashes, the last person to command it, and it kind of like
Stay.
Fight.
Stay.
but it doesn't move against you. And you see,
I'm assuming it was 10 to get up on the ceiling.
yeah. So you come around the corner in Matashtai, and you see these two goblins that are kind of like, you know, like pulling up gear, like drawing weapons, like yelling back at someone.
I'm gonna.
You see
dash.
one of the goblins now that you've kind of like come a little closer, Matashtai. You see one of the goblins kind of like squint at you and be like, "What the fuck?"
15, 20, 25.
Oh, and you're like right on top of it. He's just like his like eyes are wide, like son of a bitch.
I say, relax. We're friends EX.
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
May he forever be tall. Advance.
May he last in his tallness.
Fuck that tall bitch.
You said persuasion at disadvantage, right?
Yep. It wouldn't be disadvantage for you, but it doesn't matter. You rolled an 8. You see this look on this goblin's face, the one that seems to like be taking charge, and you see behind him two more goblins, right? The one that seems to be taking charge like looks up at you and he says, "I fucking know you. I know you. Ah, you're that fucking." And that's the end of your turn.
Oh no.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know what I did this, man.
Okay, that's the owlbears stay. And now we have some goblins to add to the mix. So,
I mean, you don't have to.
I could just be like, oh man, these guys are great.
all right, let's see who is where. Oh wow. Okay, interesting. Bones, you're at the top of the round.
So I am on the ceiling.
Okay.
How tall are goblins? Can they even reach me?
They might have to jump to be able to reach you, but you can see they all have short bows, so they could likely just shoot at you instead.
Fair. It's fair.
Not that you can't just like.
Yeah. They're not familiar with the monks. They're gonna not be super happy about that.
To be fair, there's a lot of arrows.
Yeah, fair.
Do what everyone else did and try and go around the corner.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There.
Stay. Stay.
Cat dash, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Roll me an insight, Matashtai.
Okay, roll insight.
Or sorry, not Matashtai. Ashes. I apologize.
Okay, I don't
Right.
do that.
DC 13.
Critically succeed.
If you leave this fucking owlbear's line of sight, the way it's acting, if you leave this owlbear's line of sight and someone is near it, it's gonna fucking jump them. Like, it is only staying because you're sitting there, like, with the finger, like, pointed, like, no.
No. Don't do it.
I grab my boomerang as I go past.
Gotcha. Alright, Bones, keep going.
We're not attacking these yet, right? Matt hadn't attacked it yet?
Matt has not attacked. As you round the corner, Bones, right?
Yeah.
The lead goblin turns and looks and he says, "I fucking knew it! It's that asshole! It's that fucking asshole cat!"
What does that do to them?
Oh, you're the reason.
I've been a great patron to the tall market.
Roll a history check for me.
Wait, is the tall market on 2? Yeah,
Yes.
the tall market's on 2. I'm good at history.
Is it the Neil Boggs group?
Some of the time.
Evitz? Is it the Evitz?
You
I
have
haven't done anything to Evans
You
yet,
have
but I
a
am gonna
vague
drop it
recollection
down.
of after fighting the owlbears the first time, getting scolded by one of the goblins, and then being real. You Bones probably wouldn't consider this, but being real arsey back to the goblin, and that goblin being
yeah.
real fucking displeased. That's this goblin.
So he's just got a chip on his shoulder.
I'd say, oh, hey, boys.
All right, end of your turn.
That's it.
Ezra,
We
you're
can
up.
salvage this. No blood's been spilled yet. Nobody's even attacked.
Seeing
Nope. That's
the
I bonked that fucking one dude.
yeah. You did that.
rest of the group being able to skirt past the owl bears, my new companion, I will look at him and say, "Follow me, but make sure to make sure this owl bears does whatever you did."
His eyes narrow at you, and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And I start trying to scoot past the owl bear.
You're a bad owner.
Owner?
Fuck off.
Owner?
I said what I said.
Wow.
You don't own magical goblins, Zach. Fuck.
They own you?
They do kind of own you, actually.
They
They get in the cupboards, like, they're a real hassle, honestly. All right.
Sexual.
Anything else for your turn?
Oh boy.
Once Ezra gets by and the owlbear did not attack, I'll instead of saying stay, I'll be like, "Oh, that's a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy."
It looks confused and conflicted. It's
You
not.
really don't know how goblins raise things, do you?
Yeah, it's not
Definitely
getting
What,
the
positive
message.
affirmation. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, totally. Anything else for you, Ezra?
No.
This goblin follows you, but it does not stay as close as you do. It kind of like
My
it
30
kind of like
feet. That's as far as
he runs like he's like, oh no, as he's like going by the owlbear. He's like, oh no, and he just squeezes past you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. This goblin next to the lead one, right? So I'm gonna mark the lead one for you guys. That's the lead one. The goblin next to the lead one kind of like looks up at Matashtai, and he has a scimitar in his hand, and he looks up. He looks up at Matashtai, and he looks over at the goblin, and the goblin's like, "Fucking get him!" And he goes, and he kind of like gives this short hop and swipes at you with a scimitar. The way in which he does it is so hesitant that he has disadvantage on the attack.
Okay.
Kill him.
It's an 11.
Damn, it would have hit too.
That's fucking funny. So he kind of just like gives this short hop and kind of like looks away and pokes up at you as he does, and the other goblin sees it and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Kill these assholes!" Ashes, you're up.
Well, I still all right. I'm not comfortable leaving the line of sight with this.
You see the owlbear literally like salivating, staring at Ezra.
All right, I use my action to dash. I'm gone.
Oh shit! Oh, you were always so worried about staying close to him, Ezra, but now, in truth, you need him close.
There's a first time for
no,
everything.
I'll hold my ground, just to make sure that Ezra is able to get clear, and this owlbear doesn't like do anything stupid.
Okay.
But I will hold my action if an enemy were to come within melee range of me, I will swing at it.
Okay. In rapid succession, right? Matashtai, you watch as the two goblins in the back, like pull out arrows, knock their bows, and they look at each other, and then they look at you, and then they look at the lead goblin kind of beneath you, and they kind of like both go, and they both fire, both at disadvantage. So here's a short bow attack 1. It's a 15. It's a miss. And then there's another one, 15, that's a miss. So each one is to kind of like avert their eyes slightly. It's funny how well I'm rolling for these goblins otherwise.
You would be hitting me.
Like, holy shit. But they seem intimidated by you guys. They remember you, and it only seems like this lead goblin that's really like the one just out for blood. And that being said, he looks at you, and he looks at you and he's like snarls and he says, he looks back and he says, "Take this one down!" And then he uses his bonus action to disengage from you.
Of course he does.
The coward.
And he rushes Bones.
Oh, never mind.
With murder in his fucking eyes.
Okay, well, he's dying.
I didn't say he was smart, but he swings a scimitar at you.
Whoa!
Wow! Yo,
Poetic justice! Oh my god!
I mean, it's only 10 damage, but still, he big
Yeah,
mad.
uncanny dodge. You reduce it down to 5.
Wow.
Oh my god. These guys are trying their hearts out. He rushes you with an unanticipated speed, Bones. Like you see these goblins, you've seen goblins before. Compared to you and your allies, compared to you and your friends, goblins are inferior combatants. At least the ones that you have met before, right? They don't have experience. They don't have discipline. They don't take their martial abilities seriously, right? There's a spark in this goblin of hatred that sends him after you way faster than you anticipated. And you kind of find yourself like, oh, shit, I underestimated this guy. It's Matashtai's turn.
I'm gonna drop from the ceiling.
Okay. You do, and the goblin right next to you has a scimitar, but he's not like menacing you. He's like, like more like backing up with a defensive stance.
And then I'm gonna take Tom McCreary out and just kind of slam him on the pavement in front of him and say, "We don't want to fight y'all, but if he wants to fight my buddy there, he can."
Roll a persuasion check. Actually, roll an intimidation check. I know you're probably not trying to intimidate, but they're so afraid.
Okay. That's what I was going for. It just didn't work out.
Never mind then. So they are definitely afraid of you. You're just not sure your words are actually reaching them. You know? All right.
Damn, situations.
One owlbear is fucking out of it. The other owlbear is still kind of plaintively looking at ashes. Bones, you're up.
Okay. I draw Windspike, and I take careful aim, and I stab him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
At advantage. 23.
That's it.
Plus 19.
Yeah.
That's what I can do.
Volks, that's his name, by the way, Volks. He's a regular goblin. He has 7 health. He dies instantly.
Oh.
Bones just kind of like bats aside his scimitar, reaches forward, and just rams Windspike in his gut. And the goblin just like...
This is what you wanted.
Order delivered.
And he dies.
Please rate 5 stars.
Please rate 5 stars. And he dies. Anything else for your
Alright,
turn?
we done here now.
Yeah, I shout what Ashes shouted. We done?
Roll me an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay.
Somehow
That's
I
not
feel
so
like
good.
Bones would have, like, after stabbing the gut, lifted him off the ground. Just,
I'm just not sure Bones is strong enough to do that,
I'm
but
not
yeah.
very strong.
I mean, it's a goblin. He could totally do that.
I mean, maybe.
Damn. We all ain't none of us have any charisma.
No one's like intimidating. All right, Bones, is that to the end of your turn? Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Ezra, you're up.
I am going to step away from the salivating beastie boy.
Now, don't you tell me to smile. You stick around, I'll make it worth your while.
You see its feathers
Yeah.
kind of like ruffle out.
He goes. He
Nuh-uh.
goes.
Stay.
It snarls and it looks at Ashes with this kind of like big eye. Ashes.
I point to the ration on the floor. Get it.
You
Go
eat
get it.
that.
What are you doing, Ezra?
After I get outside of its claws and beak, I kind of put up my hands, kind of rushing forward. Calm. We don't mean anything by it. We don't want to get in combat here. We don't want to fight you. We're friends of Yaktatal. We are allies.
Hey, Ezra, I killed this one.
Sounds like you're trying to be persuasive, Ezra. Roll me a persuasion check. At normal, actually.
Hey, look.
I got a good roll.
I
Finally.
could roll it.
Jesus Christ.
So Ezra, you're only able to actually see one of them, the one that's right next to Matashtai, but that one drops its scimitar, and you hear other weapons being dropped, and that one immediately says, "Squawk!" He kind of like says loudly in broken, because I'm assuming you guys are mostly speaking Common. He says loudly in broken Common, "Squawker! Big Beak! Are you okay?"
They're fine.
I drop my concentration.
Okay.
Well,
Do you have your goblin do anything?
I have him follow me.
He trots up behind you, and in that moment, right, like this goblin, the one next to Matashtai, still kind of unsure, still kind of untrusting, uses his bonus action to disengage from Matashtai and then rushes up to Bones and Ezra, and he looks like he wants past you. Do you let him past? He rushes all the way past you and starts yelling at the owlbears in Goblin. Ashes, you speak Goblin? Does anyone else speak Goblin? He's trying to soothe the owlbears. The owlbears are clearly riled, and Ashes, you realize, like, without outside assistance, you probably only had, like, maybe a turn left before that one got fed up and was fucking, like, coming at you, right? This goblin, though, showing up seems to assuage the owlbears in you know, quick succession. And it's
remember. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
I was gonna say I would like to memorize what words of comfort he's using, so that I might.
He's basically just talking to them like pets, right? Like he's talking to them like kind of just very, very like, oh, it's okay, Squawker, are you okay? And the one to the south is kind of like dizzy and kind of like making these unsure noises of itself, and he gets in there and he pats its beak and he looks at the other one. He says, "It's okay, Big Beak. It's fine. They're friends. Just startled. They're friends, right?" In the aftermath, this goblin soothes the owlbears, and really and truly, the rest of the goblins here seem incredibly intimidated and unwilling to accost you guys. It was just the one that seemed to have beef. So what do you do?
I would like to approach this man
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, you're pretty good with them.
Yeah. Oh
You want-
shit.
You want to join the Skull Takers?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. Your DC is 16.
Damn, that's not
You
good.
just murdered one of his previous allies in front of him.
Fair enough. 8.
Oh, there was a possibility. There was a chance. He looks at you, and he looks at you with distrust in his eyes, and he looks at you with doubt, and he just says, I don't know what the Skull Takers are, and I don't trust you. Please leave.
Fair enough. If things get bad, we'll be on 3 for a while.
By the way, has Evitz been a problem?
He seems unsure for a moment, and then he looks past you, Ashes, at the goblin bleeding out on the floor, and he just yells, Go!
Have a good day. Or night. I don't fucking know what time it is.
We have no idea what
Oh
time
my
any of
God.
this is.
Alright, so, you guys make your way out of this outpost, this goblin outpost. I think that is where we will probably go ahead and take our break. You guys had a little bit of a weird exchange via teleportation. You are now back in the arcane chambers on the second floor of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And when we return, we will see what your plans are. We're watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.